Um, Negativity. I want to talk about negativity and like your dark side and everything like that, and how important it is to express these things. Now, obviously, like, don't be someone that's like a menace or, just like like a villain or whatever, like whatever. But like someone who just terrorizes people and stuff like that because of their negative emotions or experiences or whatever, that's terrible. Don't hurt other people. It's you're not supposed to do that. But you also shouldn't just keep all that in. It can destroy you, and it's not good to keep any emotions in or any feelings in. That's where your soul comes in. Your soul, you have a soul, right? Yeah, you have a soul. I hope you have a soul. I hope you have a soul. But yeah, we are creative beings, we're creators. We really are, so you can use your whatever you're drawn to, hobbies, whatever you're into, whatever you want to create, whatever, and express that negativity in that. Or even, when you have conversations with people, something I always love is banter, just joking with someone, like messing with them, kind of holding them accountable for who they are, or just is just joking with them, but it's not in a like a malicious way. It's just in a like it's just in a fun way, and make sure that you're able to receive that back. It's fair, and then don't do it in like a way that's just like that's disrespectful, and just understand people's boundaries and what they're comfortable with. But it's really important to understand expressing negativity, because if you don't express negativity and you hold it in too long, that's when you start becoming malicious. That's when you start becoming resentful. That's when you start hating people and hating possibly yourself and hating the world, and like just feeling super just like negative and toxic and all these different things, and you can possibly become corrupted. And it's because you're holding in all of these negative emotions and too long. And when you do that, it's going to make you feel away. But it's important to get these out so that you can be balanced in your body again, because you have all these emotions that you're not expressing. And the more you hold it in, the more it's going to be harder for you to get it out. And then the more it's going to make you resent yourself and others. So it's really bad to hold in negativity. I don't care. Don't feel bad for feeling like, oh, I shouldn't express these things because it's not nice to people or whatever. Like, no, you need to express it at least a little bit. You need to. And also it holds us accountable. And if someone did something wrong to you, you should let them know. Like seriously, that's how they stop doing it in the future. But if you don't do it, man, if you don't do it and you hold it in, they may not realize that they're doing something wrong, so they're gonna keep on doing it, and then you're holding this in, so they're gonna keep on doing that shit, and you're gonna keep building up this resentment, and then it's just gonna come out. I remember in high school I had a problem like that. I remember like I used to be bullied in high school, and I'm usually the type of person to not get bullied, to be completely honest, because I really don't go for that shit. But in high school, I allowed myself to be bullied because I was really acting irrational and like reckless and stuff like that, and my mom like was really affected by it, and it made me emotional, and I'm just like, okay, yeah, I shouldn't do this because I don't want to hurt my mom, right? So I started to become like acting a way to where like I want to express myself, like the negativity in myself. So I would often get bullied and stuff like that, and I would just eat it. Like I was just like, okay, whatever, I'll just eat it, right? And then sometimes when it happens too much, I would snap, and then like I remember they would like freak out like when I would snap, because they would be like, where did this come from? Like, just because you keep fucking with me, that's why. That's where it came from, because you keep fucking with me, man. But it's really important to just like to be careful with that kind of stuff and understand balance. And I feel like that kind of happens with school shooters as well. I'm not really familiar with the mindset because I never thought about anything like that, because I don't don't understand why someone would want to hurt someone like that. Like, it's a sad thing, but I can imagine that these people were, probably bullied or picked on or whatever by, like, the people around them, home, peers, whatever. It's a sad thing, but and it probably got to the point where they just like fuck everybody, and then they start taking their issues out on others, and in a very terrible way, but it's important to try to like get these emotions out in a way that it won't hurt others, so you can kind of see it for what it is instead of trying to terrorize people and hurt people, because it's not worth it. No one's life is worth your negative emotions. People hurt each other. People, we say things, all these different kind of things. We're not always on the same page, and we all have our own experiences, our own negative experiences and everything like that. It's important to express these things in a way that's not going to hurt others. Talk it out to yourself. Talk it out to someone who understands or cares. Don't be ashamed to talk to yourself. It's really important to talk to yourself, really. And anyone who says they don't talk to themselves, I look at them and they're pretty crazy or unbalanced in their psychological state. So I think it's important to talk to yourself. You need to talk to yourself. Because if you don't talk to yourself, that means you probably have people who don't know what the fuck they're saying talking to you. So it's important to check up on yourself. Please check up on yourself. And like I said, yeah, even like I would say this, to be completely honest, like, like some parents and people will like get upset with like violent video games and stuff like that. But like, to me, I think violent video games aren't that bad. Whatever gets the negativity out, that's not going to hurt people. Whatever, man, whatever. Because you gotta like not act like this is like a fantasy world, like some fake ass like it is a fantasy world, but like it's not like this like super only positive world. There's no negative emotions. Yeah, there's negative emotions. There's negative feelings, and it's important to find ways to get these out. Like for me, like I get mine out through like music and even working out and all different kinds of things. But and I noticed lately, like when I haven't had access to my music to work on music, so I noticed like I've been like very like cranky and very just like not as balanced as I like to be in my negative emotions, especially as I'm starting to realize more of the realities in my life, and like a lot of people around me are just like keep on like all this like keep on doing things that irritate me, but I also like it too because it's helping me be able to kind of sit with like these emotions and these feelings and just be, because I like to master myself completely, like whatever kind of like makes me imbalanced, I kind of like to just like sit with it and figure out how to balance it. I know everyone doesn't do that, so it's not an easy thing to do. I just challenge myself to do these things because that's what I want to do in my life. But yeah, we all have these things, what intrusive thoughts, all these different kind of things. I remember when I was younger, I used to have intrusive thoughts. Like when I was like in middle school, I used to have I used to like have intrusive thoughts, and I remember I would have visions. When I would have an intrusive thought, I would have a vision of how it played out, of just how the scenario will play out. Like before I do something, it was just kind of like, is that like That's So Raven? Maybe I don't remember. I haven't watched that show in a long time, but like I remember like when I was about to do something or felt like I wanted to do something, like that's just like really just impulsive and negative. I'll just have like a whole vision of how it play out, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I don't like that. I don't. It's not worth it, and I would just not do it. I remember that. I used to do that. I think I'm starting to do it again. But I don't really act on negativity, because it's not worth it. And I just see how there's so many people who just give into their negativity and just do these impulsive things and hurt people. We're not supposed to do that. And also like, we need people who are going to be positive and turn the negativity into positivity. So, it's important to try to to find ways to turn the negativity into positivity, and do understand that, you know, we do have these sides of ourselves. So don't be ashamed to express it in a way that's healthy, you know? Don't express it in a way that's negative. I'm not saying go around fucking punching people and shit. But like, find ways that will help you feel balanced in your body, because too much negativity in your body is not good for you. And also, I would say is too much positivity in your body is not good for you as well. And I know people can be like, oh well, like how? But yeah, because you need the negativity and like the darkness in you to balance your body, and to make sure that you're not to make sure you're protected in your body and that no one's messing with you. You know, you need that. But too much negativity can turn you into like this being. It can just turn you into this to like a predator or something like that. It could just make you just forget about everything else, everyone else, and just completely lock in on yourself and how you feel, and just be like fuck everything else, you know, and then just become like this menace. And it's that's not how anyone's supposed to be. So anyone who's like that's corrupted, because we're here to be together and be in a harmonious state, and we're not here to hurt each other. So yeah, it's important to understand these things, and it really is important to understand that as looked down negativity is by us and by the people and everything like that, it's important to balance it out and realize that it is important. And you know, a lot of amazing things came from negativity, artistically. You know, you can put that into an artistic form. You can find ways to express your story, ways to express your feelings, your emotions, your pain. There's so many people who don't really know how to express these things or channel these things, and you can do it with your art, and it can connect with people. So it's really important to do that. And it's not fair to you either to mess up your life and throw your life away, or not be balanced in your body because someone is messing with you, or making you feel these ways, you know? Because we should all be balanced in our bodies. But yeah, I feel like that's all I want to say.